Healing Space podcast. This is our questions you asked, we answer, part 2. Let's kick it off with, we're just going to get right into it and we're going to get deep. Okay? How can I maintain a healthy and supportive relationship despite my HS?
Oh, I love this. Okay, it's communication. Communication is going to be so important because we often wish that our partners could be in our heads and just understand without us having to explain it to them. And that would be wonderful and magical, but it does not work like that, especially if they don't have the condition. You're going to have to communicate to them what you need to feel supported so that they can understand and then that they can do it.
Yep.
Because they're not going to just know. It's not possible.
As humans, we have this egocentric view of the world, right? Because we think that everyone's experience is the same as our experience because that's the only experience that we have. And it's the only thing we can compare it to. So we have this thing where we make assumptions that everyone is thinking what we project onto them that they might be thinking. So, like, if you think I'm disgusting, he thinks I'm disgusting. You have no idea if that's true or not. So you have to communicate because that experience, you have no idea what that person is thinking, no matter how much you think you do.
And then with communicating with your partner more and more, they'll be able to learn and become a little more intuitive with supporting you over time. Because I know for me, I would often have to talk to my partner about, okay, like right now I'm having a flare here, so we just need to be really careful with touch in this area because that touch is not going to feel good. It's just going to hurt me. And if I didn't tell that to my partner's touching me and I'm just pulling away and they're not understanding why, there's so many ways that they could interpret that.
Right, like rejection.
Exactly.
Same.
Yeah, and then after doing that, over time, my partner now will just intuitively ask me, is there anywhere currently that touch is not going to feel nice? And I'm able to just be like, actually, yeah, right here and here and here and here. And it's
don't touch me.
Yeah, and it's just become something that is so normal in our relationship. In the beginning, it was awkward for me and it was hard, but now it's just so normal, and it happened through communicating.
Yeah, and if the language that Cara was using makes you uncomfortable, because that's pretty like third level communication skills, even just saying like, I'm flaring really badly right now and I want so deeply to be intimate with you, but it would hurt. So what can we do like that will help us feel close? Or what's an alternative that would work for me instead? So you don't have to like, the way that Cara, I would never say those things because I am not as eloquent as Cara, and I would be like, don't touch there, thanks. So there are multiple ways of communication. Cara's is certainly better, but we have
It took
options.
a lot of practice, like a lot of trial and error.
I love that, and I love that you have that relationship, and I love that he is now conditioned in a way to ask even before you get to that point. So he knows, like, I'm sure if you said like here, and he'd be like, okay, so maybe we shouldn't, right? Like, he's gonna be more, he's perceptive.
Yeah, and we even just do it like throughout the day too, because like sometimes like even just being touched, just a hug can be too much. So just having your partner aware sets a boundary so much easier when it comes to touch. And
it establishes trust, right? Like their touch becomes safer. And it becomes more welcome than just, my partner loves to randomly walk by and give me a swat. And I'm fine with that because that's who I am as a person. But like, I would imagine in a relationship that might then every time, like, it's just not safe. You don't know when you're going to be touched. You don't know if it's going to harm you or hurt you. It does not hurt me, by the way. She's very, very small and I'm very, very large. But anyway, so there's lots of ways to communicate, but the important is you find your way to do it, and you have communication, about how to communicate, and get your freak on. Okay, next question.
Okay. This is a great one. How can I talk to my doctor about my mental health related to my HS?
This is seriously such an important question. I saw this come through and I was like, we have got to answer this because this is a rampant issue. We have this thing where you go to the doctor for your HS, they ask you how you're feeling. Sometimes now they're even giving you some screeners for anxiety and depression. They don't know what to do with you after that, right? We can recognize that it exists. But in terms of resources, that's something that we're actively working on providing derms with, to be able to have places to send y'all. But in terms of even talking to your doctor and broaching the subject, I think it's really important to be completely honest with your doctor. It's really scary to do that, but you have to remember that, like, their entire job is just to help you. And it feels like you might be judged. It feels like maybe you feel like you're being dramatic or but like, this person's job is you and to help you and fix you. So they need to know everything. So being open, being honest, and I mean, even broaching the subject is sensitive. Maybe even starting a conversation with, you know, I've noticed I have all these physical symptoms, but I haven't been feeling so great otherwise. And that should prompt them to ask more questions. But if they don't, you can say, do you have any resources for me for mental health? Is there anyone that you recommend your patients go to? Or websites where I can find, you know, more things. So I think putting aside the fear, because we know that HS, depression, and anxiety are besties.
They like to hang.
Yeah, so you're not unique in, like, the nicest way possible. But saying that so that the doctor, it's nothing that they haven't heard and nothing that they wouldn't expect. So keeping all of that in mind too should also help you feel more confident in bringing it up. Please do bringing it up. Please do bring it up because your life matters so much more than one uncomfortable conversation. I promise you it does.
Beautifully put.
Are we want to do another one?
Do we have time for another one?
Let's do another one. Before we dive back into today's conversation, I want to take a moment to thank UCB Pharmaceuticals for making the Healing Space podcast possible. At UCB, they believe in looking beyond the symptoms and seeing the whole person. They understand that living with hidradenitis suppurativa means more than managing physical health. It's about supporting mental health too. Their commitment to our community, to innovation, advocacy, and compassion is what makes partnerships like this so meaningful. We're so grateful to have UCB standing beside us, helping us create a space where healing is more than a goal. It's a journey we take together. Now, let's get back to the conversation. So, I think we have time for one more, and we like to end with kind of one that's very helpful, actual, real-life, useful tips. So how can I manage and minimize odor associated with HS during flare-ups? First off, it's not your fault. I feel like you just needed to hear that. Secondly, there are definitely ways that help manage, but you can't control it because HS is uncontrollable. And trying to control it is setting yourself up for major failure. So sometimes we just have to embrace it. Yeah, we might be a little bit ripe. And that's okay. Tips for managing it. What do you do, Cara?
I tend to lean more towards comfort measures than controlling because you can't, like we just said, you can't control. So I at least try to find ways to feel comfortable even if I feel like I have an odor. Since having kids, I have found my new favorite thing is actually baby wipes.
Yeah.
For when I'm out and about and I'm just feeling sweaty and like I'm just feeling uncleanly. Yeah. And I just want the comfort of at least feeling like I've cleaned myself up a bit. So you can just pull yourself out to the side. Even if you don't have kids, baby wipes come in these awesome just little containers and you just pull it out.
There's like a million of them in a pack.
Yeah, and affordable. And then I just give myself a little wipe down. You can get ones that smell like cucumber too. And I just give myself a little cleanup and then I at least feel fresh on the outside. Even if I feel like I still have a little bit of an odor, I might reapply some deodorant and then I've done my best. I go out and I live my life after.
Yeah. And I think it also depends on like your HS, right? So baby wipes are great because they're very gentle, like gentle enough for baby skin, which typically means no harsh, you know, ingredients. So that means it also probably
they even make ones that are 100% water based now.
Yeah. So there's options based on, you know, what triggers you. Yeah. But I love that. I would have a hard time with that, like when I'm doing things, stopping and like to do it. Yeah.
Self-care is important.
It is. It is. But like also public bathrooms are terrifying, and the thought of someone hearing me open up a like God forbid everyone know that I'm a woman that has a period. Like that's the level we're at, okay? So I think I do a lot of prep work because I don't stop a lot during the day. So it takes me longer to get ready in the mornings, but I don't necessarily have to like, I mean, I probably should do a refresh, but like I get by just fine. And I use baby powder. Oh. Yeah. I alternate between that and different deodorants. I'm still trying to find a deodorant that I like. I just recently got the new Secret All Over body deodorant. And I like it so far. So I have to try this. Yeah, I've tried all of them. But it just helps keep you dry. Like when you're bigger too, you have folds, and what we know about microbiomes is they form in heat and just little area like pockets of just all the good stuff. Yeah. So keeping that dry, keeping that clean, is everything. So I do that in the morning, right? Like shower, get myself smelling fresh as a baby. And then I do lotion, and then I layer like my lotion and my perfumes. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so go to the baby aisle. Baby aisle. Needs wipes and powder. Basically, we are giant babies. Yeah. Treat your skin like it's a newborn. Be nice to it. Exactly. I love that. Yeah. That concept, right? Like, treat your skin like it's new skin. Yes. Because it kind of is. It's constantly having to heal. Absolutely. Yes. So I think that, and then also, like, if you stink, you stink. It's fine. If you don't have anything around you to fix, like, own that shit. Or make something up. Be like, I just ran 10 miles. Like, you can be so cool to everyone. They don't have to know the truth, okay? Make it up. Stink if you want to stink. It's fine. It's fine. That's their problem. Exactly. Not yours. Exactly. But also, being transparent with people in your life can also go a long way, right? Hey, you can get more support. Some drainage might be a little funky. And people should respond, hopefully, nicely. But in public, don't worry about that shit. Just spray some perfume and walk away. You're fine. You're good. You're good, babe. You're good. Okay. That's good. That's questions. Questions answered. So that's part 2. I think that's all the questions for this season. So we'll not do this again until next season. So send in all of your questions for that, because we're going to be filming that relatively soon after this, I'm sure. And we'll answer them, and hopefully you'll find it helpful. Some sort of help to you. All right, y'all. We have another episode on the way with a special guest. So what are you waiting for? Go watch it. It's time.